iced coffee in my little cup.
I honestly think if I ever met a genie who gave me an option to have all my days just be composed of mornings, I would take it. There's just something about the morning hours, specifically from like 7 to 9, when the sunlight is just falling in the window, falling into the room, hitting objects, hitting surfaces. Everything is kind of bathed in this soft sunlight. Even like basking in the sun at this time is a perfect activity because the sun is not harsh, it's just gentle. The birds are also waking up. I just love the mornings. And I also find that I equally love evenings. Whenever it's around like 5 p.m., literally when 5 p.m. hits, my body feels awakened. It's like during the day, I just feel so lazy and not really as happy as I do when 5 p.m. reaches and when 7 a.m. in the morning reaches. So I kind of live for the mornings and the evenings. I just remembered how when I used to live alone, when it got to like 5 p.m., I would put some music on, open the windows wide, and it was somewhere very busy. So I'd really hear noises from people outside, people chattering, people laughing, cars moving, and all the hustle and bustle of the area that I lived in. And I'd put the windows open, open the curtains, turn off the lights so that the only light that's coming in is light from lights outside, light from what are they called? Lampposts which are outside, and then I'd be cooking my dinner. Oh my god! And sometimes I was alone, so it was really such an intimate and cute moment for myself to have. I'd listen to music, maybe dance a little, cook my little meal, sit on my bed. It was such a really lovely time. The weather has been super confusing. Like the sky has no clouds. It's really sunny, but for some odd reason, it's also really cold. I don't know if I told you guys, but I've started my second read after the Secret History. I know I said I'd repeat the Secret History and like reread it, but I don't want to reread it right now. So I have another read that I'm currently on. I'm actually reading it on the laptop. So it's an ebook, and the book is Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I'm trying to. I think I mentioned this. When I say this, I can hear, like, I can feel some sense of deja vu of having said this before. But I'm trying to get into reading Dostoevsky's work because I've tried once before and it didn't work out. So once is just not enough times. I'm just going to have to try again. My cup looks so good in the sunlight right now. This is why I love mornings. Everything is just dapped with sunlight. Dappled. Is it dappled or what? It's like bathing in sunlight. And the sunlight is also kind of mild. And there's tiny, tiny shining spots on the cup, like tiny sunlights inside the objects or the content of the cup. Anyways, I am right now in page 81. I'm starting chapter 4. And I've realized that when it comes to. Sorry, are you standing properly? Yeah. I've realized that when it comes to reading ebooks, I really just have to be super patient, but I also have to be disciplined with it. When it comes to reading physical books, it's kind of easy for me because when you're opening a physical book, you don't have tabs which are calling to you for you to open them. But when it comes to an ebook, you are literally reading the book on a laptop or a phone where you could be doing other things. So it's easy for me to be like, oh my god, this story is going nowhere. Let me just go and watch a movie. It's so easy, and I'm trying to like set times where I just log in and read on the laptop. And yesterday, I actually made a lot of progress from page 49 to now where I am, which is page 81. So I'm going to try and read like 100 pages a day because I feel like that's a suitable number, or at least 50 a day because I have so much time. I also love the fact that I'm getting more into routine, being at home. Like I just feel more relaxed, and I'm just realizing how much time I have, and it makes me so happy. Like by the end of this month, I'll have a whole 2 months left, so I'm happy about that. I'm slowly starting to like get into the rhythm of it because last week, being our first week of holidays, I was just really kind of restless. I didn't know what to do with my time, but right now I'm just like, time is my oyster. I just have a lot of it, and I can do so many different things that I want to do. I think I'm going to do my first reading session right now. Try and reach at least page 100. That's like 20 pages, and then throughout the day I'll try and scatter my reading. Coincidentally, the amount of reading that I wanted to do was 20 pages, and coincidentally now the chapter has ended at around 21-22 pages. So I'm just gonna stop right there for now. It's 9:30. I want to make something to eat, and I actually want to bask in this sun before it gets a bit too strong, because right now my feet are so cold. My feet are ever cold, so I need to bask a little. Maybe have my breakfast outside. I love reading actually on Microsoft Edge, because you literally just can highlight as if you were actually just reading your own book, and you can do double highlighting. You see, like I can double highlight and triple highlight, and to like emphasize things. I can also actually draw, so sometimes if I want to add a comment, I just pick the draw tool, kind of zoom a little, and I'm like, so yeah, I love reading on Edge. But something that I've realized is if I forget to save my work, I just lose all my annotations. Like the last time I forgot to save, so my annotations from page 1 to 40 are not there. So every time when I'm done, I just have to come here and save, then I can just leave. Don't try this at home. Big cubes, but I eat it, but I don't really fancy it as much as I fancy other fruits. First, I think. Literally cloudless sky. My tomato plant has become like a weed. Every single time it grows and grows uncontrollably, out of control, and then it's uprooted, and somehow you find it growing somewhere else. Like right now, it's pushed itself into this bush and it's growing, and into several other bushes on that side, like there. I want to be like that tomato plant. You try to end me, but you can never finish me. As you guys know, I have been really looking to improve in my oil pastel works, and on this specific day I just chose to pick a reference, sit down and try and replicate it as closely as I could. I took some time. It was almost like 2 hours of work, which you're seeing in literally just 30 seconds, but I was so pleased with the outcome. It was quite therapeutic. I never knew with a few colors you can be able to bring out so much in a painting. I was able to get the reflection in the water almost looking like a reflection, and the water kind of looked like water. Despite the fact that I'm not really good at using pastels yet, I just love the process of learning how to use them. Before we go much further, we need to talk about my hair just a little bit, because as you've seen in this video, my hair has already been blown out, in all the past videos till now, but the process of how we got here is kind of different. So as you guys know, or maybe don't know, I don't know if I mentioned this before, my hair has been in constant mini twists since the beginning of the year. It's a hairstyle which I love, it's a hairstyle which I use for length retention, etc. But having constant mini twists without fully undoing my hair and getting a blowout, my hair got really tight and the curls were so tight that this time around, when I decided to redo my mini twists, I washed my hair and all that. But after washing it, the hair was just too tight for me to work with. The curls were just too tight. I had to go and get a blowout, and I was actually quite happy with the results. It's been such a while since I blew my hair out, and it was nice to feel that easy feeling of combing my hair and to just see how much length I have gotten. And the length is there, like definitely there. I can't remember the last time I had a blowout, but I was so happy with the results this time. Anyways, that's a little update on my hair. Let's get back to the video. I woke up this morning so excited to do this very thing that I'm doing right now, to sit down and have my breakfast as I read. Oh my god, it's been a long time since I was excited to read something as I have breakfast instead of watching something. Let me tell you, with the book Crime and Punishment, yesterday I said I would read 100 pages. I read like 130. So right now I'm in page 200 and I am past the crime bit of the book where, spoiler, he commits a crime, and a very hideous crime. I don't know why of late, like the past two books I've been reading, Secret History and now this one, they've just been about murderers. Like, why am I reading about murderers all the time? And it's not like I want the stories to find me. They are just finding me. The books that I select are just the murderers. And it's not like I even knew the story plot before I read it. I just know that it's a book which many people recommend. But I'm now hooked. I'm hooked into the story. I am waiting to see how things will unfold. I hate how when I read these books, I sometimes end up being on the narrator's side. The narrator being the murderer. Like, maybe it's because I know more of the thought process, but for this case, I'm really not on their side. I feel like this narrator is kind of manic. Their mood changes constantly. One moment they're thinking this way, the other moment they've shifted a complete 180 in the other direction. So I do not know. I am not on their side. In fact, I want to see the punishment bit because the crime he has committed is super bad. Super, super bad. Anyways, I'm having pancakes. I woke up in the morning craving pancakes, and it's always the best feeling when you wake up craving something and then you end up having it. And this time I've actually nailed it. For a while I was struggling with my recipe, but I actually got a new one. It's even I can't even pick it up. It's so soft. It's breaking apart. That's how it looks. And I'm so happy that I get to have this breakfast. I will just eat it very slowly. I want to even take a full hour having this breakfast so that I eat slowly as I savor the book and I savor the meal and I savor the morning and I savor everything. Yeah, that was very intense. These are actually regular pancakes. No banana flavor, no vanilla flavor, lemon flavor. They're just regular schmegular pancakes. So yeah, the recipe I've never shared the recipe with you. Let me just write it down here. It's 2 eggs, or you can use 1 egg like I have. 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. That is if you used all-purpose flour. Then that's the dry ingredients. Also two tablespoons of sugar and a pinch of salt. Then for the wet ingredients, the egg is in the wet ingredients. Then half a cup of liquid. It can be milk or water, or milk and water. Then 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then you preheat. Ensure your pan is like super hot, not super hot, like extremely hot, but like a bit over medium heat. Yeah, it should be pretty hot. And after mixing the wet and dry separately and mixing them together, do not overmix the butter. Just do like a little. It's okay for the butter to have lumps, just not powdery lumps. Then set that aside. It needs to sit for like 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Then you now go to cooking it. And if you find that the butter is in excess, you just put some in the fridge like I did. You don't have to cook all of it unless you are cooking for many people, you know. Yeah. One of the biggest green flags in anything I do is having childlike excitement for the activity. Whenever I can be able to feel just so giddy and excited to do something, I know that that's a thing which is good for me, and that's something which I'm likely to stick with. Even when it comes to habits which I want to make stick, I try and build a sense of excitement around them. And I'm so happy that when it comes to my reading practice, I've begun to feel that excitement of reading a chapter, finishing the chapter, seeing how the story progresses. These things which I used to feel as a child exchanging books with other people in primary school. I'm just happy that the feeling element of my reading practice is now coming back to me, and I can feel it as I engage in it. I wanted to update you guys on the piece of oil pastel that you guys saw me do yesterday. I did it actually in my journal on the back page, and I have it sort of covered up with some tissue, and it's so cute. It's actually like one of the pieces I'm so proud of, one of the pastel pieces I'm so proud of, especially the part of this water. Like the water just came out so right, and there's so many layers to it. You can even see the reflection of the mountains and all that in the water. I also like the flowers at the bottom. They just look so pretty. And the texture of these hills as well is just so good to me. Also the sky, the clouds, basically the whole thing. I think that's what I'm trying to say. The whole thing just looks good. The only issue I'm having with pastels is like getting a defined look, because everything kind of looks blurry and hazy. And that's because the pastels are thick, they're not like sharp. So I don't know how people are able to get like distinct, defined strokes. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now. Maybe I need to sharpen them. The idea does not make me happy, but if I will need to, I might have to. So that's what I was up to yesterday. I am feeling kind of sore throaty. Like the feeling you get before you get a sore throat is the worst feeling ever. I hate it, and I'm feeling it right now. I was thinking of doing my hair actually, like retwisting it right now, but after like undoing it and combing, it's not tough enough. It's still a bit too soft for retwisting, so I'm just going to keep on waiting. I don't want to be sick, but my sister has had a cold for the past few days, and we share a room, so it's almost inevitable. I don't like it. I've been taking some lemon water, but you can't take lemon water forever, so I'm just gonna chill, just take today slowly. I don't really think I'll be doing much actually. I feel like I've been doing a lot for the past few days, like keeping myself active in the house, just doing stuff. But today I'm just gonna relax. Yeah, just relax, maybe even stay in bed a little, because it's also very cloudy. I hope it rains. I actually hope it rains so that I can be validated and encouraged to be in bed. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'll just keep reading my book, stay in bed, watch a few things, edit, and yeah, that's my little life. Have my little life just keep going on as I pray for this so throaty feeling to fade away and to go away. Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo está? Um, Good day to you. Come to a new day. It is on Tuesday today. It's a Tuesday morning, and I wanna tell you the whole tea about everything that has been going on because yes, I did sprain my knee, and I'm going to be taking. The doctor recommended I take a month to heal properly. I just want to say that this experience of being low key and invalid because I have been sitting on my bed for the past almost 1 week from last week on Thursday because I broke my knee on Wednesday. From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now today I've just been in my bed except the 2 days where I was going to hospital. I've been in bed, having everything brought to me, having myself feel like an invalid. And it has opened up so much to me, like so much. I have gone through procedures I never expected I'd ever go through. And I'm just glad right now I'm here seated on my desk. I've not even been able to sit at the desk. Even right now, I'm kind of angling a certain way so that my leg can be propped up on something and I cannot sit straight forward. So, last week on Monday, I broke my knee. Not broke, but kind of sprained my knee. I felt like the bones of my knee shift and I fell down. It was a lot of pain. If you've ever been under pain that involves your bones, you know that it's a kind of pain where you can't scream because it's not the normal kind of pain, but it's really bad. Like you feel like what can I do to let this pain go? And there's nothing you can do but just sit there and wait for the pain to fade away. And it was the longest 5 seconds of my life. I remember even just recalling it is like a horror story in the back of my mind. And if you've known me from high school, you know that I had an injury in high school on the other knee, and I frequently I've experienced this knee shifting chaos before, but it was never that serious, and it was always on the other knee. So that when it happened, I'd just be like, oh, it's because that knee was once injured, so it's never really healed. But now this is a different knee, so I was like, okay, what's the issue? I started even wondering whether it's my knee ligaments or something which are just weak. And when we went to the doctor, we had an X-ray done. The X-ray showed my bones were in perfect condition, so the doctor recommended I go for an MRI, which is what I went for on Saturday, and I went with my results and medication yesterday. So, in that period of waiting for your results to come out and all that, you're usually in a frantic state of mind and you find yourself going online to Google things. The worst thing you can ever do actually is to just go down the wormhole of Googling your symptoms and all that. If you can handle it, well and good, because sometimes it prepares you for something. But if you cannot, just don't do that. Just don't look at the medical AI. Don't follow Google's instructions or warnings or predictions. Just chill and wait for the results to come. Anyways, I want to talk about my experience in an MRI. I've never, I've all my life I've been a healthy kid. I literally go to hospital once a year to pick like some oil for the face. I do not most of the times find myself in and out of hospital. It's never been a thing. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I've been a healthy kid all throughout my childhood and even right now, still a healthy grown up. But my knee has made me go to the hospital like multiple times in high school because of the time I fell on the basketball court and right now in my adulthood. So my experience with an MRI was something new for me. I was kind of stressed out, but kind of excited to see how it looks, to actually go through the procedure and see how it feels because those biomedical machines have always interested me a lot. They've always interested me, and I've always known in the back of my head if I did not do electrical, I would have done biomedical engineering. So on the day of the MRI, it was a really long day because we got to the hospital at like 10:30 and we left at 7:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. because there's always long lines and so many procedures and steps and insurance issues and just a lot. And so it was a really long day. I went with my sister and my dad. We stayed there the whole day. She was also getting treated, so at least she had a side quest. And came back right before the MRI. You have to wait, of course, because of the line, and then finally you get changed in clothing that doesn't have any metallic parts because the MRI is literally a big magnet. And then you enter into the room. When I entered into the room, there was that big machine that like is a curve, and I thought they were going to insert me completely and lock the door because that's what I had found out when I was researching about it. But since it's only my knee, I only entered till here, like I entered the machine till here, and my head was kind of out of the machine. And the machine has a really loud noise. And I remember when I entered the room, and the worker is like the nurse who's assisting me. She's doing things quickly because there's a long line. She's laying sheets and all that. And then she told me to lie on that little bed. I lie on it. She puts something circular around my knee, my right knee, which needs to be MRI'd. And then she tells me to lie down, and then she covers me with like a blanket. I felt like I was dying. I know, it sounds like an over exaggeration, but I really did feel like I was dying because she's doing things so fast. It's like I'm a corpse, you know. She's covering me and she covered me all the way till here, not my whole face. That would have been really bad. And then she puts on some headphones on my ear, and the headphones have this sad gospel music, you know, the ones where they're crying, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like a corpse right now. And then she wheels me into the machine, so I feel like I'm being wheeled into an incinerator or I don't know, a coffin or something. And it was so emotional in that moment. Then she tells you, stay completely still. So the fact that I'm staying completely still makes me even feel more like a corpse. Oh, that was a really weird experience for me. And I realized that when people's health is compromised, that's when they start thinking about what really matters in this life. And I felt that feeling in the moment when I was there. I was like, oh my god, what if I actually was dying, you know? Even if this feeling is not dying, it's kind of synonymous to that. It feels like how that would feel. And I just started imagining how I would, like, whether or not I would be happy with how I've lived my life, what I've done this far, what regrets would I have, what things would I wish I had done, what will I have any regrets basically, and what really is the meaning of my life from now henceforth. Yeah, I found myself thinking a lot about these questions, and I'm just glad to say that when I went to see the doctor yesterday with my MRI, I had done so much research on what could be the issue with my knee, and so many routes took me down the path of you might need a surgery. And another nurse had mentioned in the hospital that I might need a surgery, which only happens in the hospital once a year by a doctor from Germany and will cost us a lot of money. So I don't know why she said that. He said that, but that was not appropriate to say to a patient because you're not the doctor. You should not be diagnosing me. So when with what he said in mind, I came and I did research and I realized he's actually right. I might have torn a part of my leg, which holds and maintains stability, and that requires to be fixed by surgery. There's an unsurgical means, but a surgical means as well, depending on how much it's torn. And the MRI was going to be the end all be all. They tell us everything that is wrong with my leg. And so I got my MRI. Here it is. It's a really big document. It's 4 pages long. Then you have now the final draft that explains the conclusion. But what I was looking for was the anterior cruciate ligament. That's the ACL. If it had said tear, that would have been now an issue. But because it's a sprain, it means it's intact. It's just been twisted a little. And when I saw that, honestly, my spirits lifted. And I was like, let's just wait and see the doctor and see what he has to say. We got there at 8:30, I think. Yeah, we arrived there at 8:30 and the doctor was coming at 2 p.m. I did not know the doctor was coming at 2 p.m., but turns out it's an advantage to be there at 8:30 because all the other patients who were to be treated at 2 p.m. got there at around the same time. So I was second or third in line because I came so early. So the doctor said that I just need to take a month and heal, and then after the month, I will be back to see him. 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I need to just not put weight on my knee. Hence, I'm using like two big, big crutches to move around, and I'm trying to only move around my room, like my room space. Maybe going to the loo, going to shower, and moving back to bed. But I'm trying not to take the long route of moving all the way to the sitting room to get myself meals. So my meals are still being delivered to me in my appropriate cutlet crockery. I'm just so surprised by the trajectory of my holiday now because I had plans that I was planning for this June. The book meet event that I was talking about, I have begun planning it, and now it's going to have to be paused a little for me to recuperate because I don't want to begin stressing my knee when it's not fully healed. So that is the progress. I'm on medication as well. Just going to take some time to relax. This experience has shown me that you can never really know what's about to happen. God forbid, you might be dying tomorrow and today you're making plans. You never really know what's going to happen. People who find themselves in accidents, people who find themselves just having their lives changed in an instant, never know that that's going to happen. And I was wondering why then we live our lives so easily without thinking about that. I mean, it's not like we should always have the thought looming in our heads that I might die tomorrow, because that might lead us to act irrationally. But we should always at the same time remember that our lives are not forever and they things can change at any moment.